Welcome back to Sim Racing Live here at Richmond International Raceway for the three-wide racing Racing2Cure Truck Series. They were just finishing up
10 minutes
practice.
of group qualifying, fellas.
They were just finishing up qualifying there, and as you heard, that was Tanner Sharp alerting everyone that you have 10 minutes for qualifying, and then the rest, it's going to be 10 minutes of pre-race information.
Drivers meeting.
Drivers meeting. Thank you. So as you can see, they're qualifying now. From what people have been saying, there's been some grip issues with these trucks. Our very own Levi Zielinski has mentioned that before he hopped out. So it doesn't feel like the rear of the truck's in there, so we'll be watching that as the night progresses. So a bunch of trucks just filing out now, trying to get a decent qualifying run in. So let's go on board here with the 97 of Levi Zielinski here. Oh, almost into the wall there. I kind of imagine that you're going to see some people hit the wall, some people spin out, but that may be a rear of the car issue. And he's into the wall.
You got the two sitting in front of pit road. Okay, he's warped back. I was kind of curious about what he was doing there. Not a good place to park your car. Truck, whatever these are.
So our current pole sitter right now would be Levi Zielinski. In second, you got Tanner Sharp. Then third, Nate Lacombe, or Lacombe. Did you see the 15 of Michael Skinner ahead of him getting a little sideways over there?
Yeah. That, looks like Levi tried to pit in. Missed the pit road, though. I do believe he still has the fastest lap currently.
And it appears... Oh, I thought he was going to go make another run at it, but it doesn't appear that he's going to do so. Got Carlos Acosta now rolling out.
Yeah, I noticed earlier in the qualifying session he actually hit the pit road wall on his way in, so that was definitely, I want to say interesting, but it was more funny than it was interesting.
Of course, because no one can get hurt.
Yes, of course.
Unless you got really hard force feedback.
Which Carlos has done in the past before, which I would like to point out that we may be sim racing, but you still can very much hurt yourself. Carlos, on multiple occasions, has stuck his thumb in some place with the steering wheel and has force feedback cuts into his thumbs. He has got cut thumbs from his phone steering wheel before.
And we apologize for that. Still trying to work everything out. But there's your top 10 as of right now. Just said Levi Zielinski up top, Tanner Sharp, excuse me, sitting second, and then Nate Lacombe third. 17 trucks at the moment registered for this race.
I just now noticed that Levi is sitting in the wrong pit stall.
Huh. He's actually in the 87s, which belongs to Richard Hines.
Yeah, whereas Levi's is the fourth pit stall currently. He's not quite in that pit stall.
He's thinking about rolling out, and I don't quite know what he's going to do.
He's going to park it there.
Alright, so you got 5 minutes left of qualifying here.
Carlos goes to make another attempt to pit. He actually made it in the pit road this time. He didn't hit the pit road wall. It looks like a lot of the drivers have parked their cars for the rest of this. Well, not a lot, but some of them.
Again, we do have about 4 minutes left, so some people may just be calling it quits early.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Levi, I mean, I might get back out there and try to run a faster lap just based on the fact that that's not a very comfortable gap he's got going.
Oh, and the 17. Wow, snaps that loose in one and will save it, but I don't think he'll continue with that run. And I have a feeling, from what Levi told us, that's going to be one of the places, or the turns are going to be the worst spot on this track tonight, just because of the lack of grip in the back of these trucks.
I can't even find the 17 truck, so I don't know what happened there.
I don't believe he's taken a time yet, but... And Levi is going to roll out now. Tell you what, let's ride along with Levi on our old gyro cam here.
Carlos in the wall.
Now, Carlos didn't get a lot of practice time, so that may hinder his qualifying performance here.
Yeah, he's
definitely... Levi and kept it out of the wall. Oh, well, maybe not.
Oh, there goes Carlos.
Too soon there.
Carlos did hit the wall pretty hard there.
Yeah, that's got some significant contact with the right side, and I believe the 08 just lost it as well. No, he didn't. So they got about 2 minutes left on the clock here for qualifying.
You got the 89 spinning out of... Oh, he's going to save it. He's down in the grass, though, on the front stretch.
Take a right to pit road, and I think he hit the ball. Yeah, he hit the ball just a little bit. Now he's going to grind it. And he'll reset that thing into his pit box. Conveniently, right next to where he stopped.
Oh, Carlos spins out of pit road.
Is he going to continue with this run, though? Looks like he is. 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock left. Again, they're going to have a 10-minute driver meeting, and that cuts into their qualifying time. Cuts it in half. So, tell you what. Oh, well, I was going to say let's ride on board with Carlos, but he's found the wall yet again. Does not look like he's going to have a good qualifying night here. Tell you what, let's go on board with our second place sitter at the moment, Tanner Sharp. Oh, never mind, he's going to pull that off.
8 hard in the inside wall.
Yeah, the 08 slapped it in there. Well. Levi again. I think he's waiting for the clock to run down, but...
that was very much intentional on Nate's part, though. He wrecked himself.
I guess he didn't like the run, so...
No.
He gave up on it. 15 roll out with Michael Skinner. He's going to pull out in front of his teammate, the 31 there. That was Skylar Nissel. Two getting, wow, very close there. Gonna roll it in.
Bum drafting won't help on a track like this.
Yeah, he bumped the 31. I don't think he got into the wall. Yeah, he did. Oh, and there he goes. And he hit the wall pretty hard. Look at the 7 was gonna try and find him. And we got about 40 seconds left. Levi out again, and he's gonna spin it.
Ooh, didn't hit it. Oh, spoke too soon.
Just nicked the wall as we got 30 seconds left.
Gonna go out and try to. Looks like he's gonna go out and try to run one more quick lap.
Now he may make it, because the normal lap time around here is around 21 seconds. Well, nope, never mind. He's not gonna make it.
Well, we've seen in the past that these typically don't end at exactly that time. So.
Now let's see if they call it.
Oh, he did just barely make it too.
We're listening to the driver's radio right now.
Qualifying is now over. All
Well,
drivers.
they
please
just
return to
called
their
it,
pit stalls.
and he's on his lap.
I'm bored.
Yep.
Stream's pretty sweet.
Well, he
And
does have the
ends
pole.
it. Oh,
Yeah, he did have the pole position anyway. So
yeah. So he ends it early there.
I got a pretty good qualifying effort.
And that'll be it, folks, for qualifying.
yeah,
We're
there-
going to put the results on the screen. Congratulations to Levi Zielinski, who is coincidentally our in-car reporter for tonight. He's won the pole, along with Tanner Sharp, who's starting second, Nate Laconi in third, Paul Ross in fourth, and Jess Story in fifth. That'll be your top five. 6th through 17th we'll be rolling down here. And Levi was complaining that the car wasn't sticking through the corners, but I guess that didn't hinder his qualifying. So, and the only cars that didn't take time were Nathan Young, starting 15th, Mark Ponal in 16th, and Percy Martin in 17th. So we're going to take this time to take a break, but while we do, we're going to let you listen in to the driver's meeting here as, well, Levi's going to park in backwards. Alright, so, like I said, we'll just let you listen into the driver's meeting.
Until the exit of turn 2. If you enter the racetrack before the exit of turn 2, you will be black flagged.
It'd be like right after turn 2, or does you have to be on the straightaway?
You have to be on the straightaway. I preferably stay on the bottom of the racetrack, exiting turn number 2 at all times until you enter turn number 3. That way you don't come up in front of somebody. Just pay attention of the cars surrounding you. For entering pit road, there is really no rule on where you're going to enter, but please let your fellow competitors know when you are going to be pitting so you do not get run over. If you do not call when you're going to pit and you get run over, that's on you. Starts and restarts of a race. At any time during the start or restart of a race, you cannot change lanes before the start-finish line. You must be in the lane that you are assigned to until after the start-finish line. Changing lanes before the start-finish line will result in a black flag. The leader has lane choice on where he would like to start. Back on the whole pit road topic, I prefer drivers not to drive through pit stalls. I will not clear any black flags for really no reason. It is up to the driver to pay attention where they are going to be at on the racetrack. To pay attention what you're assigned to, who you got to stay in front, who you got to let by, stuff like that. I will not clear black flags for speeding down pit road or anything like that. If we have to, I know it's a short track, if we have to, we'll delay the yellow to get everybody lined up. With contact, if you get involved in an incident, please accept it, move on. We all race for fun here in this league, and that we all race for fun in this league. And if you have to, and if you're still upset about it to where you want to protest it, please go on the website and protest it. Do so. That's what it's there for. Otherwise, please keep the chatting down during the green flag race run. We want to keep the chat and open mic. For cars that are a lap down or more, preferably stay high in the corners of the racetrack. Let them by, because you don't want to get the finger pointed at you. You know, for any reason. Obviously, you're a lap down. You know. Although try to do your best out in the racetrack. I understand there are some new guys in here. We welcome to the new guys. I see Richard Hines is new, Percy Martin, David Everly, Jonathan Wall, Jess Story. Welcome, guys, to the Three Wide Racing League. We hope to have a fun race tonight. And I know it's a short track and mistakes will happen. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Please accept it, move on. If you have to, go on the website to protest it. I don't know if I'm missing anything else. Good luck to you drivers. 17 guys tonight. It's a hell of an improvement from what we have been having in the truck series. We hope to improve it. We hope to improve both series for the future. Thank you guys for coming tonight, and hopefully we see you tomorrow night for the B-Class race if you are registered for that series here at Richmond. And now I'm going to use the bathroom before this race starts. You are registered for that here at Richmond.
And with the driver meeting over, we're going to take this time to step away real quick, but we'll be right back as the cars take the grid. And welcome back. So right now we have our pole sitter and our in-race reporter here, Levi Zielinski. You got us, man?
Copy.
Well, you did complain in practice that the rear end wasn't with you, but it seems like you got a pretty good qualifying time there. How's the truck feeling in qualifying?
Felt the same as it did. Like I said earlier, I think I just got lucky. I think it was having somebody in front of me, having somebody behind me. Kept basically that back end down, where it had a little bit enough downforce to keep it going pretty quick.
All right, and with the racetrack and how it felt in qualifying, how do you feel like this race is going to play out for you?
Hopefully we guys keep up front. Try to get a good finish. We haven't had a good finish on a truck race since it started. I mean, every time we finish on or start on the pole, we've finished about 12th. So we're trying to look to improve that tonight.
All right, well, good luck to you, man, and we'll dial you up later.
Thank you, Tempo. Have a good one.
You too. And as you can see, they're gridded up on the front stretch here. Sometimes in pit road, sometimes on the front stretch. So tonight they chose the front stretch. We're going to put the ticker up for you here. 30 seconds until we get this race started. Trevin, what do you expect out of tonight?
I'm expecting we have a couple of new people, and really expecting there to be, sadly, quite a few cautions. I hope I'm wrong, but I won't be surprised if we do see not a lot of green flag runs.
Yeah, with the way it looked in qualifying, just seemed like a lot of guys couldn't keep their car underneath, so it'll definitely be something to watch here as the clock counts down to...
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of people up in the wall as they're trying to save the car.
As the
Truck.
clock... We've raced both here, so very easy to get them mixed up. And as you can see, they're rolling here. Again, here's your results from qualifying. Levi Zielinski was your pole sitter. Tanner Sharp will round out the front row, and then you have Nate Lackamy and Paul Ross in row 2.
As you see, Levi's looks like he's gonna be taking the outside here for this start, which is kind of interesting considering I haven't seen much out of the outside, at least during qualifying and practice. But you know, with the kind of runs that you can get on a start here in iRacing, I'm not surprised.
As it looks like Levi is going to be up against that pace car.
Yeah.
He's giving old Brett Bodine a little show here, as I'm pretty sure it's only going to be... No, it is going to be 2 pace laps. All right.
And now, just a little insight, you know, with Levi, he has been struggling this season in the truck series. You know, I recall in a race at Lanier, he just hasn't had luck. Took me out with him, and I'm his teammate. So, well, we're his teammate, but you know, he just has not had luck in these trucks. I think it just comes down to he needs to work on his consistency in these. You know.
And at Iowa, he had a fairly dominant car, and at the end, I believe he lost it because of pit road strategy. So, be interesting to see if he can close the deal here tonight. I know for sure he wants this one more than anything.
Yeah. You know, being able to win here tonight, and then if you can win tomorrow in the B cars, nothing's better than a sweep. Here we go. Get ready to go green. And green flag.
Green flag is out. And Levi will take it into turn 1 here.
You got a really good jump on Tanner there on that in the 3 truck on that start there. He was able to pull right out and ahead as most of the field has gone single file already.
Here we're having some technical issues here with our overlay, but
7 car already to pit road.
interesting. I didn't hear anything about a starting park tonight.
Yeah, we almost and looks like Nate. I don't know if he started already behind the field or what he did, but he lost everyone almost immediately. Oh, he did start in the pits. Nate did start from pit road. Got Levi dropping back early here.
There we go. We got those issues fixed out. And Paul Ross actually took the lead.
Oh,
Or
boom!
I believe they started from the pits.
Yeah,
That's
18
Paul.
getting loose.
And I have a feeling we're going to see that a lot tonight.
You got the 18 and the 15 side by side going through turn 3 and 4 here. Looks like 18's or looks like Paul's gonna have to lift on exit there, or else hit the wall. He's gonna dive it back in and go side by side again.
Going to give it another run here at Michael, but it doesn't look like it's going to play out quite the way he wanted to, and Jonathan Wall is going to take that position away from Paul as well.
And he's gonna make the move, try to make the move here on the 15 of Michael Skinner. And that move's not gonna be successful.
He's going to fall back in line. And Paul was kind of sticking out on the outside of Jonathan Wall, and I believe that hurt his momentum going into the corner.
Here's Jonathan looking in on Michael again. And it looks like Michael's gonna let him by.
It's early, 120 laps here. People got
Oh,
a
he's gonna make the move back on his inside again.
little crossover action going on already here. Only 7 laps in, coming to lap 8.
As a reminder, nothing much is happening out front right now. You just got Tanner Sharp in the 3 truck leading with Levi Zielinski behind him in second.
So Jonathan Wall is going to follow in behind Michael Skinner as he's going to take that position back. No, he's going to make another look at it. These guys do realize you got a lot of time left, right?
Okay.
Paul Ross looking like he's going to get a run here at Jonathan Wall.
He's gonna look to the inside.
He's going to make a move on him.
And what a lot of this battling early on has done is allowed Skyler behind them. Skyler and well, Michael Stevens was closing in also, but Skyler Nissel was closing in on those two there for a little bit. But now that they're getting situated, I believe they're going to start pulling away again.
So I don't believe there's much to report from towards the backpack here. You got Tanner Sharp leading. Levi Zielinski has filed in behind second, and it looks like Tanner has basically pulled away at this point. And Michael got a little loose coming off that corner.
I can report the 7 car is back on track. I do not believe he has started. I believe he's going to try to complete the full distance as the 87 of Richard Hines is in the wall.
Yeah, Jess Story in the 7 was 3 laps down. And as you can see, some pretty good contact from that 87 car. Right side's pretty well torn up, and
Well,
just
goes
ahead
Paul
of him.
back to the inside of Skinner. And Skinner's going to let him by.
It seems like these guys think it's about 10 laps to go here with the way these guys are racing right now. I thought I saw the 15 trying to cross over, but now Paul's going to pull away. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, Paul hit the apron there. Wasn't able to really get any momentum going, although I don't think Skinner is going to try to pass him. It seems like he's just going to kind of ride out behind him unless he makes another mistake. As now Skinner hits the apron and gets sideways.
And now he's got to deal with Jonathan, who looked... No, he was looking, but couldn't make it move, or couldn't make it work.
Yeah, throughout all of practice and qualifying, that noticed that, oh, there's Skinner getting a little sideways entering one, but that apron is killer here. As Jonathan's going to go to the inside of Skinner.
And it looks like Skyler's going to get a pretty big run here as well. Where's he going to go with that? And that's basically going to die down.
Well, still side by side for the position.
I'm really shocked. I think that high side may actually not be a better line than the bottom, but it may be a line you can run throughout the night with the run. Skinner got off there and almost got into the wall.
Yeah, I think as the night goes on, you'll start to see that middle line, second line, start to work a lot. Maybe not faster than the bottom, but I think it'll be a lot better to defend your position with.
Maybe as the tires start wearing out, you may see that line work a little better. We'll have to see. Can report that Jess Story got one of his laps back after going to the pits. assuming maybe got a penalty on the start, not too sure. So as of the moment, Tanner Sharp has a 1.2 second advantage on the number 97 of Levi Zielinski. Let's go on board here.
Oh, I got a car sideways on the backstretch hitting the inside wall. That is the 89 of Brent Miller, and he's spinning going into 3. You gotta go
No
for it
caution,
again.
he got it off the track.
There is no caution. Also,
Let's see what happened here.
Nate Lackamy started from the pits, and now he's making his way through the field, looking for 11th position.
Oh, he just got loose off of, looked like turn 2, and slapped the wall with the back end, and then lost it again going into 3. Unfortunate turn of events here for Brent Miller.
If we do get a yellow during sometime before the first pit stops, I think we're gonna have to keep an eye on Nate Lackamy. He is moving through the field pretty quickly, and like I said, he started from pit road, and he's very quickly closing in on Nathan Young in the 12th truck here for the 11th position, and soon after that he'll be looking for a top 10.
And we're already 22 laps into this race. Seems like it's just about flying as we have about 100 laps left. And I think it was an interesting strategy for Nate to start in the pits. Not sure what his reasoning was there. I didn't think there'd be too much of a bad start there on the initial green, as he's going to look under Nathan Young.
Ooh, the 77 truck pitting in this lap. I don't know if there's any motors behind that. Maybe he has some damage.
Yeah, that right side does look a bit crinkled, so I guess he thought that would be hampering his efforts here tonight. And again, I'm pretty sure most of these are happening because of just people losing the rear end. I know that Levi was complaining about it. Some other drivers were complaining about it.
Yeah,
So-
I haven't noticed like any contact between drivers so far tonight. It just seems like a lot of this is happening due to own self mistakes.
Well, 25 laps in the books. We're going to take this moment to take a commercial or a break here. So we'll be right back. You won't miss anything. And welcome back to the 3-Wide Racing League, the Racing2Cure Truck Series here at Richmond tonight. 120 lapper here. So far it's been only green flag racing. Had a few issues, but everyone has kept it off track with them. Looking at right now Michael Skinner, who had a pretty good battle with Jonathan Mull, but that seems to have died out now as he is currently sitting 6th. One thing we'd like to report on the number 7 who pitted coming to the green. Carlos reported that he had wheel calibration issues, so he had to come to the pits, and now I'm sure he's looking to hope to get a caution.
Currently, Tanner Sharp is still your leader in the 3 truck, but Levi Zielinski has been closing in on him a little bit, I've noticed, in these last couple of laps. I don't know if he'll be able to get to him before the end of this green flag run here.
And I'm assuming that we're going to have some green flag pit stops coming up shortly. I don't know exactly what lap here, and Tanner Sharp's going to lap past the 87 here of Richard Hines. And Levi has cut down about 2/10 off of Tanner's lead, it looks like.
'87 getting out of the way like a good lap car should.
And now he's just going to have to file behind everybody.
And Levi's definitely cutting in on that lead. Looking to see this get interesting here in these next couple laps.
34 laps complete here. And yeah, he is closing. He's closing a lot. I don't know what happened to Tanner. I think he may have gotten the apron, but that gap's closed down to 0.4 of a second now.
I've noticed that Levi's line is fairly different than Tanner's, and I'm beginning to think that the line Tanner's running is just not working as these tires begin to wear out. That line that time was fairly similar.
It doesn't look like Tanner gets to the bottom as quick as Levi does, and whether that'll hamper his distance here in the lead, be curious to see. Again, riding along here with Levi Zielinski, sitting second and closing in on that leader. You can see the interval right there. It's cut it down to 0.3 of a second now, and gaining.
I don't know if Tanner's overdriving it or what he's doing. It seems like he may be overdriving the entry a little bit now. It seems like he's kind of sliding it in on entry, at least to 3 and 4.
He may have burnt off the tires as well. I don't know how much he's been sliding that truck around, but we'll have to see.
He did get out to a fairly sizable lead early in the run, so I'm beginning to think he may have just overdrove it early in the race. Maybe falling victim to what Levi fell victim to last year. Or last season.
Yeah, you can see there. Well, it didn't look like anybody got to the bottom except for Tanner coming off 2. But it looks like...
It seems like Levi still closed in. I'm beginning to think that maybe the very, very bottom may not just, may not be as fast. Or at least it may not be the fastest right now.
Seems like Levi's better on corner entry, but I think they're pretty even on corner exit.
He really closes the gap now.
Yeah. Curious to see if Levi may put the bumper, or as he likes to call it, the chrome horn, to Tanner. As you can see, there's some lap traffic ahead, so that may play a factor as Levi's going to look. He's got a little nose in there.
Looked like Tanner was leaving him room on entry, but then about halfway through the corner started closing the gap on him. Yeah, I think the question will be is if we get to that, if they do get to that lap traffic before we get a yellow, if we do get one, it'll definitely come down to who's going to get through that better. It'll be with how close Levi is, as he may be going for the pass here, but with how close they are, Levi can just follow Tanner through.
The truck ahead of them is Mike Stevens, who you're riding on the bumper of, and that should give you a pretty good shot of this lead, or the battle that is for the lead. It seems like Levi gets a much better run off the corner. It seemed like now, later into this run.
And that is currently the only battle on track right now, aside from the 7 passing the 77, but I do not believe that's for position. Or it might be. Yeah, that is for position, but that's not a very big deal right now because we got the leaders passing and lapping some people.
And kudos to Mike Stevens for getting out of the way and not hampering the battle there. And
oh, Levi's got to run.
Levi's got to run. He thought to take it to the outside, now he's going to take it to the inside. And it's looking like we're going to have a lead change here.
They're still side by side. Levi had to lift coming out of the
And he did not lead that lap. No, he did. So 1 point for Levi here. And I believe that is...
Tanner's going to try to pull a crossover on him. Now Tanner's to the inside.
And it's going to work for Tanner. He got a little loose there, it looked like. And Levi's going to get the better run off. Oh, I thought Levi was heading straight for that wall.
Well, Tanner driving it in deep. See, it'd be interesting to see if he can get it to stick, and he does, surprisingly.
But Levi's going to get the better run off. He's going to lead that lap. Levi will win a little high, entering 2.
To give you an idea, Levi led that lap by 3/1000ths of a second.
I'm really surprised, though, on how well Levi's holding it on that high side, because we were talking about that earlier, and it looks like it's coming in now.
Yeah, I think you're definitely able to...
Oh!
There. Yeah, I think you're definitely able to see, I think Levi's tires are significantly better right now.
Yeah, and that hurt Tanner.
Because Tanner wasn't able to hold that second line like Levi was able to right there.
And with that almost contact, it's going to surrender the lead to Levi. As, again, I believe we're going to have green flag pit stops coming up here shortly. But it looks like Tanner's closing up a bit, and I don't think Levi was as low as he wanted to get there.
It'll be interesting to see if they can make it long enough to do one stop.
I'm not too sure, because these guys are in half fuel tanks here. And, it might have to be a 2-stop race. They may be able to make it on 1, I'm not sure. As you can see, the 7 of Jess Story, who we reported on earlier, had wheel calibration issues. Goes another lap down. And that'll put him 3 laps down now.
Oh, 77 getting up into the marbles, almost hit the wall.
Wow. Came down very close to traffic. Looked like he almost got into the 7 there. As I believe he has problems with that truck. He
still has some pretty significant right front damage.
I'm not sure if that affected the suspension at all. Because he doesn't look like he can get it down at all, and if it does, it keeps snapping loose on him.
Now, all they gotta do really is run about 10 more laps on this tank of fuel, and they will be able to make it on one more stop. If they can make it about 10 more laps.
It looks like that gap has basically settled down to about 0.5 of a second Levi has on Tanner. Paul Ross in 3rd here. He's about 3.6 seconds back from those 2 leaders, so maybe a little pit strategy will get him back into the mix.
Ooh, Tanner pitting.
Now, Tanner has been one to short pit, and I'm not sure if it's short pitting or if it's just time. We'll have to see what the 97 does here.
Oh, 77 in the wall. He hits the 18 and takes out a lead lap car. That will bring out a caution.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was...
Let's have a look-see.
That was just bad. Like, I know it's kind of, mean to say, but that was just bad driving on the 77's part. He just drove it in, smacked the outside wall, and turned it right down into the 18.
Poor Paul.
Yeah, there's nothing he could do there.
And take another look at that from Paul's view. Let's go on board here. This is entering 1. Yeah. Just the lap car. Got into the wall a little too much. So the 97's on pit road now. Tanner has basically played that perfectly when you think about it. Let's see how many tires Levi is going to take here. I have to imagine that Tanner took 4 that last time, and Levi is going to take 4. And it looks like Carlos was the only car that stayed out, I believe. On the lead lap. No, Tanner did as well, of course, but... Well,
Yeah.
that answers our question. It's not going to go flag to flag, but our first yellow coming out at lap 56 of the night. So while they ride around under caution, we're going to take this. We're going to take this time to take a quick break here. We'll be right back.
That really badly makes me want to, tweet out something along the lines of that moment when someone has power when they shouldn't. Like, that's ridiculous.
And welcome back. So we're going to chime in with our in-race reporter here, Levi Zielinski. You got us, man?
Yeah, I got you. We got one to go.
Yep. Won't take up too much of your time here, as the 97's going to take a wave around. But how's the truck feeling so far?
Feels pretty good. I kind of kept my tires on me.
Yeah, we noticed that Tanner seemed like about halfway through the run couldn't hold on to it anymore. So we'll talk to you again, and good luck.
All right, thank you guys.
And that was our in-race reporter there, Levi Zielinski.
Now, you got Jonathan in second now.
I'm pretty I want to say that he played strategy right with that caution. As we're going to come back to green here. Levi is already on the gas, and green flag is out. And we can report, we were talking about the 16 of Carlos Acosta not pitting. He's playing a fuel mileage race as the 97 hit the apron and almost lost it.
Looks like he's going to hold on to it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he lost much.
Yeah, it looks like he's got Skylar behind him. Without the pace Skylar's had, I think he should be able to just kind of pull away again, though.
Oh, what a breathtaking moment there.
That's definitely a way to end your race early.
For sure, but he held on to it. Just looks like we got a battle for third here between the 15 of Michael Skinner and the 08 of Nate Lackme, as Jonathan Wall's going to take that position from Nate. And that has settled down now, between the 15 at least. The 08 trying to hold it, tried to hold it on that high side, but couldn't do it.
I would like to remind you that Tanner was in pit road when that caution came out, so he did have to take the wave around, and he did restart at the rear for that restart.
And as of right now, Tanner is 10th. And there's only actually 10 cars on the lead lap. So the first car a lap down is the 89 of Brent Miller.
Jonathan and Michael Skinner going back at it for some racing for third.
That'd be the best battle on the track as of right now. Nate trying to make it a three-way battle.
As Paul's back on track, I didn't quite hear why he had to pit. I don't know if he got a penalty or not, but oh, was Levi or not Levi? Tanner having problems. Not quite sure what those problems were for. I wasn't quite watching it, but he's all the way like behind the pack now.
Well, he's got a lot of work on his hands now. Not too far back from Steven Kettman.
Yeah, my bad. I was looking at Mike Stevens. Their cars look very similar, but apparently Tanner said something about ruining his race. I don't know if someone made contact with him or what, but
It'd be interesting to see if he can work back from having to take that wave run.
it may just be just Tanner things.
The two, Jonathan Wall looked like he was going to go under the 15 of Michael, but it looked like he closed that gap.
Yeah, definitely. It's a little bit early to be running into some bumpers, but I'm not gonna.
Oh, we're already halfway. How much longer do you have to wait? They always say the action's after halfway, and they're showing it now.
Yeah. You won't have to wait very long, though, when the guy you rear end puts you in a wall.
Yeah, but you don't have much time after that to get him back.
Now, I am surprised, but it seems like Skylar's been keeping up with Levi here on this restart. Do you think Levi's saving tires?
I want to think so, because he's not pulling away from the pack too much, but...
Yeah, he's running very slow lap times compared to what he was last run.
He did mention in the interview that he was saving tires that last run, so it'd be interesting to see when or if the tires wear out this run. Because I want to say that the 15 of Michael Skin... Well, never mind. I was going to say he may challenge the 31, but now the 08 goes by.
I'll tell you now, by the end of this run, that 08's not going to be...
Oh, there goes the 15! Spun around by the 2 of Jonathan Wall, and that'll bring out the caution. With 50 laps to go. Oh boy. Let's take another look. See there, the 08 gets by. 2 look. I don't think the 15 knew that the 2 was down there and spun him out.
Yeah, it seems like, I don't know if it was net code or what it was, but it seemed like the 2 car kind of twitched while he was at the inside of the 15. That's what it looked like hooked him.
Let's ride with Jonathan Wool here and see what he had to say. Kind of looked like he just threw it down there and hoped he'd stick, but very unfortunate. As the 2's on pit road, and I assume the 15 would be as well. And that is a shame, because that 15 was flying.
Now, I've noticed the 08 has some right front damage. I think that was from the beginning of the race, though, but I'm wondering if that'll hinder his performance at the end of a run.
It seems like he's got a lot of damage there.
Yeah, it looks like a majority of the field's going to pit here. I can't blame him. It's just a little bit past halfway. You're pretty much guaranteed to make it to the end from here if we do go green to the end.
So on that pit road exchange, the 08 got to second, and the 31 will drop back to third. Levi Zielinski looks to hold the lead. Actually, no, Carlos is going to hold the lead. I totally forgot, because he is on a fuel mileage race, so it'd be interesting to see how well he holds up on this restart. I believe the 18 is just waiting for a wave around.
Yeah, because he did just come out of the pits a few laps ago, so he's got to be multiple laps down. Oh, he's many laps down. I forgot. Yeah, he got in that incident with the 77.
Yeah, the 18 right now is 8 laps down, scored 15th. So.
And Levi was the first truck out of pit road.
Was the first truck out of pit road, but the 16 did not pit.
Yeah, that will put Levi, well, Carlos may pick the outside because that is his teammate, and you may try to let him in, but you never know. You do have Nate in the 08 truck, though. He'll be starting third, and that'll definitely be interesting because he's been putting on a blistering pace since that last restart.
I want to say with the way they're kind of lining up now is I'm not sure what Nate's doing, but I'm kind of thinking that the 16 may take that bottom or that top line. Catching up with the pace car. I'm assuming they're on 2 to go at this point, so
Yeah, the lights are still on, so it is still 2 to green. I do believe it'll be 1 to green this time, though.
that happens. You'll see the 18 pull away from the pack.
Nope, still 2 to green. It's 2 to green now. So we do have one. We do have another lap before we go back to green flag racing. Now Carlos really hasn't had the pace. This whole he kind of lacked the practice, so I'm curious to see how long he'll last on the older tires. Albeit it's only like 10 or so laps, but thinking he'll more than likely get freight trained here on the start.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see because I don't think he has too fresh of tires unless he's been saving them. So, we'll have to see. But no, it looks like he is going to be taking the bottom side. Oh, as it was 1 to go, and the 16 is already off. Green flag in the air.
I think that was a bug, because that base car is still out. Oh, I'm a lap behind. My bad. That is now fixed. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was a lap behind.
Oh wait, giving the 97 a run. Here's your top 3. Oh, Carlos looked like he got a little loose there, and the 97 is going to take advantage of that.
As well as the 08 going straight to the inside of Carlos. You knew that wasn't going to last long for him.
Well, I mean, if it comes down to the final couple laps of a race, he may make it on
Levi got
fuel.
loose.
He got loose, but I don't think the 08 was able to capitalize it. Carlos into the wall.
Now Tanner's going to go to the inside of Jonathan here.
And everyone's just going to go...
For the lead, and they're battling for second, or third.
Everyone's just going to go flying past Carlos now. I believe that'll put Carlos in the 6th position.
Oh, getting really close for the lead. This is going to allow Tanner to close up.
Door to door, Levi on the high side, and doesn't look like he's going to fight it much there. Now, we saw him before able to hold it there, but he either didn't want to push it now or just didn't have the truck under him. And as you said, here comes Tanner. He thundered out of 2, and he's got a good run on the 97. Not able to do anything in 3.
Had that continued, Tanner would have been right up there, and that would have... Oh!
Oh, and there goes Nate! Doesn't look like there's caution. And Jonathan Wall as well.
Problems
both-
for Nate and Jonathan.
I'm really curious what happened to Jonathan. Let's take a look here. I want to say there was no one around him. Maybe he just got loose off the corner. Oh, he hit the wall, and the caution is out. I'm not sure what the caution was for, but might have been for one of those slow cars. Got stopped on the track.
No, actually, it was Carlos and the 89 made contact going into 1. Carlos just didn't see the 89 below him, and that spun Carlos right out.
Let's take a look here. Well, he's already spun out, as we saw. So let's go a little bit further back here.
This time, a lot of the field stayed out.
Only had a few laps on those tires, but let's see here. Happened in 1. Wow, I can't explain that one. It's a hard hit to the inside.
Yeah.
Wow. It's our second caution flag of the night, and it comes with 38 laps to go.
Yeah, definitely a good thing for Carlos that he hit the wall mostly with the side, not the front, because that would have been significantly worse for him.
Well, also, hitting it with the side gives you some suspension damage, but still, it's better than hitting it with the front and losing an engine. As Levi is giving Brett Bodine a little show. I don't believe there were much takers on pit road. Ain't like me coming off pit road now.
Yeah, Levi will be the first one out of pit road on the lead lap, but he'll be all the way back in 6th. So,
I don't believe he pitted.
not Levi, my bad. Did I say Levi again?
I believe you did.
Tanner.
All right.
Yeah, Tanner's the first person. My bad. All the way back
It's
in
all
6th.
good. It's our first time here with Sim Racing Live. We tried doing it earlier, had some issues, but I'm glad tonight it's been issue-free, as we hope to take you to the last 36 laps of the race. It'd be interesting to see, because Tanner had a very good car on that on the first run. So it'd be interesting to see how well he can march through the field. I believe he had an issue on that second run.
Yeah, on the second run, he had started the rear because he had to take the wave around. It seemed like he had not too much trouble, but it didn't seem like he was moving through the field very quickly.
Man,
So
Levi really likes that pace car.
It'll be really interesting to see if he can get up through there quickly.
Tanner Sharp led the opening portion of this race. Led 43 laps, to be exact, but Levi has led the other 33 of it. Carlos Acosta led 7 laps, and Nate Acone led 2. Those are your only lap leaders so far, as Levi leads his 34th lap. As we got 1 to go here on the pace car. Let's see, can they go green flag for the last 34 laps of this race? You're going to have Skylar Nissel in 2nd, Nathan Young in 3rd, and Tanner Sharp is actually going to restart 4th, it would appear. Or, I'm sorry, 5th.
Yeah, actually, we have Brent Miller restarting 3rd here on the bottom, and an 89 car. I've never heard of him before, so nice to see him up there. Levi picks the outside for this restart, and we are green.
And nobody really gave Levi...
Got a good start.
Nobody really challenged Levi on that start, as he was right on the bumper, Tanner was, of that 12, and that was a pretty hairy restart. Tanner is ready to go. Wow. I believe the 15 gave the 3 a shot, and that'll catapult him to 3rd.
Even the 89 getting very close to the wall coming out of 4.
Well, that wasn't much of a battle for the 3 of Tanner Sharp, as now he'll set his sights on the 31 of Skylar Nissel.
It'll be interesting to see if his tires will be that much better than them after a few laps here.
So he's going to make the run underneath Skylar. Michael!
Sideways.
Wow, I thought he was going to completely wipe out that 31. But he held on to it. The 3 is going to go for 1st, and the 15 is going to go for 3rd. As he will get that. Nathan Young looking underneath the 89.
Now, I believe Michael Skinner pit that last time, didn't he?
I believe so. As almost 3 wide. Nope, there we go, 3 wide. Maybe not. Jonathan will have thought better of it.
He's got Tanner looking for the lead on Levi.
And it's looking like he's going to take it unless Levi's going to challenge on that high side. Nope, he's going to let him have it. With 29 laps to go, I didn't think he'd do that, but have to see if he can run him down like he did that first run.
You got Tanner on the fresher tires. I just don't know how long those will be a factor here. As with the pace he's setting, he may very well burn them off by the end of this run, even though they're fresher than Levi's.
He did it that first run, it looked like, unless he had a problem, but...
Ooh, contact going into 3 and 4, and they all save it, it looks like.
Big gaggle there. 17 was under the yellow line.
Here comes Carlos up through the middle.
Carlos shooting it 3 wide. I thought he was going to do something there, but... Like I said,
Definitely a rat's nest back there.
he said they got it all sorted out, and we're back to racing. I think that 16 hit the wall just a tad, but... Carlos's truck just doesn't seem like it's been the same since that incident.
Yeah, it looks
Wow,
like
17 bounced off the wall.
Looks like he has damage now on all 4 corners, so
It's perfect for a short track now, isn't it?
yeah.
Gonna take you back up front here. 97 a little loose off. Nothing to report there. 16 under the 18. That is for 10th. Or excuse me, I believe... No, Paul's not racing. He's multiple laps down. Still racing fairly hard, though, Carlos. Paul's still 8 laps down.
Need Lackamy back up to 5th place, looking for to get the 4th position from Skyler here after he had spun out in pit under that last yellow.
I don't believe he hit anything. He may have hit the wall, and now he's going to look under Skyler.
I think all he
will
hit
get
was
that
the
position.
outside wall, but other than that, it seems
Yep.
like he's still going strong.
With the 2 and the 08, none of them hit the outside wall on that caution.
Ooh, 8 in the wall. Oh, 8 in the wall.
Well, as quickly
Now
as he
he
lost it, the 31 will get that position back.
Like 31's gonna drive it in too deep though, and the 08's gonna go for the crossover.
And we didn't really expect it, but that high line hasn't really done anything since that first run.
Yeah, the 63 and the 20, I believe, just got into it there coming off of 4, I think. There was contact somewhere. I know they both nearly wrecked going into the next corner.
It looks like the 20 got the better end of that deal.
17 went spinning off into the grass. And 20 almost lost it trying to keep it off the 87.
Well, let's see what happened there. I believe this has already happened. Yes, it has. So let's go back a little further here.
But since 17 was off track, we will stay green.
Not sure. 17 hits the wall and then loses it on the front stretch. That seems to be the theme of the night. Oh, and he gets stuck in the inside wall. And that'll basically kill that engine.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Tanner Sharp has pulled out an 8/10 of a second lead over Levi Zielinski.
You gotta believe that Levi is pushing it right now. He doesn't want to let Tanner get away. But it's just...
Well, with 18 laps to go, I believe you have to at this point. But
yeah, it's just...
and he's losing ground as we speak. Riding on the gearbox of the 3 truck.
I think for Levi to have a chance at this, he's going to need another yellow. And get a chance to pit and be on fresh tires.
Close down the gap a little bit going into 1. And, oh, I thought he was going to hit that wall. He doesn't have much time left.
It just seems like every time Levi runs a lap that's a little bit faster, Tanner's is always a little bit faster. So it just seems like he's not able to do anything with it.
He did close the gap 2/10 now. See if he can close it anymore. But we
He
got
may
a
have a shot if Gator keeps doing what he's doing.
we got a pretty good battle brewing here for third place with Michael Skinner and Nate Lackamy. Nate's been charging on him for a couple laps now. Be interesting to see if he can make the move anywhere. Nothing to report on up front. Levi Zielinski is currently losing time as we have 13 laps remaining here in this event. '08's going to try the high side. Michael's going to shut the door.
Oh, Tanner's in the grass off of 4.
And he hits the inside wall. And that'll be race, I believe, for him, unless they get a caution. Will this bring out the caution? No, it won't. Sometimes iRacing is weird like that, and it'll bring out a caution for a slow truck. But I guess that was the gift of the day for the 97 truck. As Tanner's actually probably going to go a lap down here.
I don't know if he's gonna. I don't think he's got much front end damage though. Although he did hit the inside wall, it didn't look like he hit it too hard. He should be able to continue going, but that definitely, I do not believe he'll have a chance at winning tonight, even with a yellow. Oh, Carlos Acosta up into the wall.
So he's basically got a swarm's nest behind him, and the 3 is charging, trying to get as many positions back as he can. And with the battle of the '08 and the '15, the '08 won that battle. But Nate is 1.8 seconds back to Levi as we have 10 laps remaining here. Carlos trying to defend that bottom line.
I have to believe now that if we get a yellow, it might just be Tanner forcing the issue on someone.
Yeah, Tanner's all over the rear bumper of that 16 car, or 16 truck. The 16 was blocking. Tanner's not going to be too happy about that, I don't believe.
Well, I don't think Carlos is going to appreciate that wall.
And yeah, Carlos hit the wall there. With a lot of the 3 and the 20. The 20 of Steven Kettman to go by. Nate is gaining a little on Levi, but I think he's going to run out of time. Carlos in the wall again. I believe he may have some suspension damage at this point.
I think that time he was just trying to squeeze at the outside of the 20, and there just wasn't room there.
Closest battle on the track right now is the 87 and the 3. That is a battle for 8th. And I believe Tanner is eventually going to get this.
You have to remember, the 08 of Nate Lackamy, even though he's quite a ways back, I mean, he's probably going to run out of time, but he's on fresher tires. Although I think with this, now that we're this far into the run, I don't believe that's going to make up that much of a difference.
I don't believe so. The gap is stabilized at 1.6 seconds. He picked up 1.5 seconds now. But, like I said, I think he's just going to run out of time. In third, Michael Skinner. Not going to be a threat. 3.4 seconds.
About 2/10 that time.
Again, I think he's just going to run out of time.
I just don't think he's going to have enough time to do anything about it. Tanner has moved his way back up to 8th, but still going to be a sour note in tonight's race for him.
It's unfortunate. He did get by Richard, though. But closest car ahead of him is Nathan Young, 2 seconds ahead. Well, coming to 3 laps to go, he did win the pole. And he's basically had the fastest truck all night. Now, he's not going to lead the most laps. Tanner's going to take that title with 60. And I don't believe he's going to lead anymore. As if we have a caution, it's a game at this point. So, all Levi Zielinski needs to do is hold on. And with 2 laps remaining, it's looking pretty good at this point. Nate Lackamy, again, not going to be enough. 1.5 seconds back. Was 1.4. Now it's 1.4. Michael Skinner behind him.
That gap's been fluctuating from around about 1.2 to about 1.5, it seems, but he just can't get any closer.
As Levi on the white flag lap. Again, won the pole Fastest truck, I believe, in practice. Complained earlier in practice that the rear end wasn't sticking. And he's going to go into turn 3.
Take it nice and easy, and he's going to come out of turn 4 and win the race at Richmond.
Levi Zielinski, your winner here at Richmond tonight. 51 laps led. And he finally gets the victory. We're going to show up the results tonight. Again, Levi Zielinski, your winner. Nate Lackamy finishing second. Jonathan Wall, after the problem he had after spinning into the infield grass, is going to finish third. Nathan Young is going to finish fourth. Brent Miller will round out your top 5. And Tanner Sharp, after leading 60 laps, is going to finish sixth tonight. Michael Skinner 7th. Stephen Kettman 8th. As we have Tanner Sharp giving Levi a little love tap there.
I don't think it was out of any anger. I think that was more of a good job tap.
As Levi's going to burn it down. Going to continue through the running order here.
Kind of interested to see if Tanner was going to do anything to Carlos post-race, to see if he's going to voice his displeasure, but didn't seem to do that.
Yep, Carlos is going to finish 11th, the first car lap down. Well, we're going to take this minute to go to break. Don't go away. We're going to have post-race interviews after this.
Carlos would like you to know that he did not finish. Welcome back, everybody. We have Levi Zielinski here, your race winner. How was the race, Levi?
The race was pretty eventful. Kind of glad it went green there at the end, to be honest.
When you got towards the end there, and you knew that Tanner had fresher tires, did you have any idea that he would slip up and give you the win, essentially?
No, not at all. Very shocking for Tanner to do something like that. He's usually a pretty consistent guy, doesn't make mistakes like that, so threw me off. He definitely had the better car, especially on those new tires. I can't believe how, 5 laps on tires has made that big of a difference. I was just doing everything I could to stay with them.
Now, I noticed that a couple of the restarts, you drove it off into one and got pretty loose. Not even just restarts. It seems the car was still getting from out under you.
Oh, yeah, I think it's kind of like on new tires and the brakes. I didn't have the brakes warmed up enough, so they just didn't work with me on the first lap or so.
All right, well, congratulations, Levi. Finally got that first truck win.
Yeah, well earned. I mean, definitely been looking forward to that.
All right. Well, we're going to talk to Jonathan Wall here next. Pretty eventful night for you as well. We know you slid into the grass. I don't believe you tapped the inside wall at all, but explain your night.
Well, yeah, it was an up and down night. Started off pretty clean, but yeah, what happened is I seen the guys kind of checking up, and I seen the leader get into the outside wall or either lose it or get loose or something. So I kind of got into the wall a little bit and trying to avoid that and lost control and slid through the infield. And no, it did not hit the inside wall.
Well, your first truck race, I believe, tonight. Explain your experience here.
Yes, sir. First truck race in this league. Raced another truck league before, but I'm very, very happy with the third. I kind of felt like I had a third to fifth place truck, and I don't know if I had anything for the three or for Levi tonight, but the rest of us traded it back and forth pretty often, and it was good, clean racing, so I enjoyed it.
Well, third place tonight. Congratulations, man. And good luck on your future races.
Thank you.
Next here, we got Michael. Again, a very eventful night for you. We know you got spun out at one point. Try and explain that with the cleanest words you can.
Yeah, it was pretty eventful. I think for most of us, even the leaders had trouble there. So all in all, it wasn't a bad night. The whole thing with Jonathan and I just lost in my mirror, and then the spotter was too late, and we just collided. Not a big deal. I feel bad that I tried to, at the end there, I tried to let my teammate Skylar go, and I backed off, and we just got in there, and I backed off too much and went too high and got in the wall. But it was fun. Kept my points lead, and that's the best way to finish it, I guess.
So we saw a lot of guys slipping and sliding on the track. How would you describe the racing surface tonight?
Pretty unusual. It seemed like later in the run you got a little looser in and then tighter off. So it kind of was a nice little change in the run to keep you on your toes. When you had fresh tires, it was that's two laps after that it became dirt. So you never know. Just changing.
Well, congratulations on a fourth place tonight, keeping your points lead and looking for good runs throughout the next couple of weeks. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Good job, Levi.
And now we come to Tanner, who finished 7th, but probably should have finished better than that tonight. What happened there, man, at the very end?
Well, we were just trying to gain ground on Levi. Levi is actually sticking with us pretty good on older tires, but I don't know. I got a little arrogant, and I accidentally clipped the apron of the racetrack exiting turn 4. And when I clipped it, it snapped loose, and I was thankful I kept it off everything. It didn't even hit the wall. I don't think I hit the wall. It didn't feel like I hit the wall because I was zoomed by everybody once I got back on the racetrack. But yeah, I thought I had probably the fastest truck on the track. I could compete with Levi if I'm better than Levi, but yeah, that was my mistake at the end there. It is what it is, but we got to put these races together.
Well, you led the most laps tonight with 60, so congrats on that, and good luck in your future races here.
Yeah, thank you. I want to thank you guys, Sim Racing Live, for broadcasting this race tonight. Racing2Cure for sponsoring the series. Mountain Dew, I don't know trading. I understand trading paints is down, so nobody can see the paint scheme. But we had a Mountain Dew truck, and Mountain Dew, 3 Wide Racing League, Racing2Cure, you guys, Sim Racing Live. Thank you for making this race what it is, and we'll be back here tomorrow night. We know what to do for tomorrow night's race. We got the lines written down, and we know what we're going to do to win.
Well, thank you, Tanner. And Carlos, again, a pretty interesting race for you. You did not finish a lap down. I apologize. You tried fuel strategy, and it somewhat worked out, and got into the wall a few times. Just explain your night as well.
Quite a few.
I had everything that could have gone wrong go wrong at the end. I had the perfect strategy. I saved all the gas. and they started wrecking in front of me. All went well, you know where. And so I figured, 10 laps of all tires. I figured that's great. I'll stay out. Nobody else stayed out with me. That was a huge mistake. Hit the wall a few times, and the car was still fine. Even after the wreck, I think I had the 20 cars try to slide up into me, and I had nowhere to go but into the wall, and that really killed the car. But my truck, yeah. But I, just like Tanner said, I have enough experience for tomorrow's race. I don't think I even got a minute of practice time tonight. Fortunately, got some traffic on the way here. But I should be looking forward to tomorrow and more importantly, the chase for the next few weeks. Thank you so much for broadcasting today's race for Turtle Wax Funhouse. Even though Trading Paint is down, and essentially for everybody who helps make this thing run.
Thank you, Carlos. And thank you, everyone, tonight for your interviews. We're going to wrap up here. For Trev and Roby, I'm Justin Kolb. Thank you, and we'll see you at the next truck event.